dragons are among the most powerful and enduring mythical creatures in human history. Found in the legends of nearly every culture, they embody both creation and destruction. From Europe to Asia, dragons have fascinated and frightened humankind for thousands of years. The word dragon comes from the Greek word drakon, meaning serpent or giant sea fish. Early depictions show dragons as serpentine beings with immense wisdom and magical power. Over time, different societies reimagined dragons to reflect their unique beliefs and fears. In Chinese mythology, dragons are revered as symbols of power, prosperity, and good fortune. They are believed to control rain, rivers, and seas, essential forces for agricultural societies. Unlike their Western counterparts, Chinese dragons are considered benevolent protectors. Chinese dragons often appear as long, snake-like creatures with whiskers, horns, and claws. They lack wings but are said to fly through spiritual energy known as qi. Each part of a dragon's body symbolizes an element of the natural world, representing balance and harmony. In European mythology, dragons are, well, more fearsome and destructive. They're often depicted with wings, scales, and fiery breath, guarding treasures deep within caves. Medieval stories portrayed dragons as evil beasts slain by brave knights, symbolizing the triumph of good over chaos. One of the most famous dragon tales from Europe is that of St. George and the Dragon. The story tells of a knight who saves a town by slaying a dragon demanding human sacrifices. This legend became a symbol of Christian faith conquering pagan fears. In contrast, Japanese dragons are graceful, water-dwelling deities, actually quite similar to their Chinese relatives. They often represent wisdom, longevity, and protection. Many shrines in Japan are dedicated to dragon gods believed to bring rain and prosperity. In Hindu mythology, dragons appear as Nagas, semi-divine serpent beings. They're both guardians of treasures and symbols of rebirth, living between the spiritual and earthly realms. Nāgas can bless or curse, depending on how humans treat the balance of nature. In Norse mythology, dragons embody greed and destruction. The dragon Fafnir is one of the most famous. Once a man, he transformed into a dragon to guard his hoard of gold. His story inspired later fantasy dragons in modern literature. Many ancient cultures may have developed dragon myths from real-world discoveries. Fossilized dinosaur bones, giant crocodiles, and large snakes might have inspired tales of monstrous serpents. Without modern science, these mysterious remains seem to confirm the existence of dragons. Dragons also represent elemental forces. In the East, they are often associated with water and wind, while in the West, they are linked to fire and earth. This really reflects humanity's attempt to understand and personify the forces of nature through myth. Throughout history, dragons have symbolized kingship and authority. Chinese emperors claimed descent from dragons, and their thrones were called dragon thrones. The dragon became a sacred emblem of imperial power and heavenly mandate. In Western heraldry, dragons appeared on coats of arms as signs of strength and courage. Their fierce image conveyed dominance and protection. To bear a dragon on one's banner was to inspire both awe and fear in enemies. The image of dragons has evolved in modern times. Today, dragons appear in popular culture as complex characters, wise mentors, guardians, or misunderstood beings. From Smaug in The Hobbit to Toothless in How to Train Your Dragon, their stories continue to evolve. Science fiction and fantasy often use dragons to explore deeper human themes. They can symbolize greed, freedom, or the struggle between civilization and wild nature. Through dragons, storytellers reflect humanity's relationship with power and fear. In art, dragons have inspired centuries of creativity. Ancient murals, temple carvings, and illuminated manuscripts all feature their majestic forms. Even today, dragon imagery continues to appear in tattoos, architecture, and national emblems. The Chinese dragon dance remains one of the most famous cultural expressions involving dragons. Performed during the Lunar New Year, it symbolizes good fortune and drives away evil spirits. The longer the dragon, the greater the blessings it brings to the community. In psychological symbolism, dragons represent the unknown, the challenges we must face to grow. The mythologist Joseph Campbell describes slaying the dragon as a metaphor for conquering our inner fears. Every hero's journey, in essence, begins by facing their dragon. Some scientists and historians continue to study the origins of dragon myths to understand ancient imagination. The cross-cultural appearance of dragon legends suggests a shared human fascination with the mysterious and powerful. Dragons, in a sense, unite humanity's dreams across continents and centuries. Whether seen as destroyers or protectors, dragons remain timeless symbols of strength, wisdom, and mystery. They remind us of our imagination's boundless power and our desire to connect with the forces beyond our control. In every culture and every era, dragons continue to soar, in legend, in art, and in our hearts.